This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now, where we bring you the 3 E's: educate, empower, and engage. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld, along with our co-host, Shelly Brown, and we've been selling homes here in Southern Nevada since 1988. Shelly and I are also very proud to be part of the Real Estate Radio Network. That is a national network of local real estate professionals delivering timely, balanced truths about local market conditions. With me in studio, I have Blake Johnson. Blake's an LSU law grad. He's a member of the Southern Nevada Estate Planning Council and a board member of the BYU Management Society, Las Vegas chapter. What do we need to do to make sure we're not, our business doesn't dry up should we pass away?
Yeah, that's an important aspect of it. And it's also important for while you're living that you have your business entity set up correctly. If you're just what we call a sole proprietor, you just decide tomorrow to go out and start doing some work, taking some money, and you don't have a formal entity, you're at risk. If you do something wrong, someone sues you, your entire estate is up for grabs. Your house, where you live, to a certain extent, with as long if it's not homesteaded, and
right,
all of your personal bank accounts, all that stuff. Next one up is a partnership, and that gives you some protection, but not really. Your partner could go out and get the partnership in debt, and you'd be liable for that debt.
Ouch.
So really, at a minimum, we recommend getting at least an LLC.
Okay, and an LLC is going to provide a layer of protection against those types of things.
Yeah, the LLC came about because you had people who had corporations, and they have separate protection, but people wanted that protection, but also have the tax structure for a partnership, and that's what an LLC is. It's a hybrid between a partnership and a corporation.
Why would you choose an LLC versus an S corp, or what is there? I mean, is there a simple way to explain that, or is it's
S corp?
Yeah, S corp. That's like the next step up, I think.
Well, kind of. There's an S corp. There's a professional corporation. There's
Right.
C corps. C corps are generally your big Fortune 500 companies you see.
Right.
But there can also be C corps that are just closely held family businesses.
Oh, okay.
Chick-fil-A is a good instance of that.
Okay.
Hobby Lobby is the same one. So it's going to depend on what your goals are with the business. Do you want to grow it and be able to sell shares? Do you want to have the professional corporation protection that's for attorneys, doctors, CPAs? It's more of a liability protection for them if they screw up within their profession.
Right.
So it really is going to depend on what your goal is with that business.
I mean, when it comes to setting up corporations like this, are there some of the biggest mistakes you see out there, or some of the pitfalls you might see that people are making right now?
A lot of times I see people just find a form off the internet, or they go to an online company that says they'll fill out a form for them. And if it's just going to be you, and it's always just going to be you, that's okay, because
Right.
It doesn't matter what it says in your bylaws or your operating agreement.
Right.
If you have a partner at all, you're
Right.
going to need an attorney to make sure you're protected. What happens if one of you dies? Do you get to deal with the family members as now owning that business, even though they know nothing about it?
Right.
Life insurance can be a great way to fund what we call a buy-sell agreement. So buy-sell is you have generally two partners or more. If it's a partnership, each partner takes a policy on the other partner, or you can have the business pay for both of them, and
Right.
that way it evens costs. Because if you have someone, an older established professional that comes in and wants to hire a younger guy to eventually buy him out, the cost for that older guy's policy is going to be way more. So that way you split the costs evenly through the business.
Please explain, what is a series LLC? That does have nothing to do with baseball, I assume?
No,
Okay.
it's the newest thing as far as business entities go. It's a pretty cool concept. There's only 14 states, I believe, that have series LLCs. And what it is if you have, say, multiple rental properties, you used to have to go get a separate LLC for each one to make sure each property was protected. So if someone got hurt on house one, they couldn't sue you and take what was, house two also. Well, now the series LLC says that you can put house one in series one, house two in series two. If someone gets hurt on house one, they only get what's in that series.
Got it.
But the beautiful thing is you still only have one LLC. So you only have one state filing every year, one tax return if you choose to do it that
Wow.
way. So it's the best of both worlds. Liability protection as if they're separate, but tax filing and costs and accounting as if it's one business.
The state of Nevada has what they call the Asset Protection Trust. This is something a little bit different.
Yeah, this is, they've had it for a while, but one of the requirements was you used to have an institution as your independent trustee.
Mm-hmm.
And so no one wanted to do that because they didn't want to give up control to the banks
Right.
or the trust companies. About a couple years ago, the law was changed to where you just had to be a Nevada resident as your independent trustee. And what the idea is you can put up to 50% of your assets into this trust.
Mm-hmm.
It is an irrevocable trust, which means once we set up, we can't change it.
Okay.
Except for maybe the independent trustee. And once you put those assets into your trust, if you don't get sued for 2 years, those assets are untouchable in future lawsuits.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now with hosts Harvey Blankfeld and Shelley Brown. Please tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on News Talk 720 KDWN.